The Field Report is a part of the Amateur Radio Network. Okay, so I know this is really hard for some people to wrap around that, we thought that we would, hedge this threat from North Korea, but I think you should know this going into it, that our armada is not leaving till mission's over, and I don't think any of these people are patient enough to let North Korea shoot off another missile, which they just did an hour ago. I would say that this is going to be over pretty quickly. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think any of us. But I have a pretty good guess. It's either North Korea is going to make a move or U.S. And right now they got missiles, all kinds of missiles pointing right to North Korea. See, Kim Jong-un has no problem letting his people die. And I think that's why the military wants to see what China's going to do, because there's going to be a flood of refugees that would come over. Those people have been deprived. They've watched their own family members literally starve and murdered to death. See, Kim Jong-un has no value for human life. And these people have been prisoners in their country. They have tried to flee it. They've been in horrendous work camps. This may be the next biggest Holocaust of survivors or a Holocaust itself. And we didn't live in the World War II era, but I know a lot of people that did. And I also know my dad and he fought in the Korean War. So this is really precedented. So here's the news. I was watching Fox News. Julie Banderas was interviewing a lieutenant colonel, and he was reporting basically that, diplomacy and us being in a position of strength where President Donald Trump has given total authorization, which is in fact true, and he gave total authorization, and there's missiles right now pointing right there, right, to North Korea. So if they're going to go make a move, it's just a matter of time now, I wouldn't be surprised. I think a lot of people haven't seen this level of war, but I think it should have been annihilated long ago. But when I hear of news reporters being forced out, when president and his cabinet and they lock the door on these people, they're not getting in. A lot of mainstream news, MSNBC and CNN, they are pissed off because they're being purposely locked out of these important news meetings. So why do you think MSN and CNN and some of the reporters, they look like they're all having a good time. Don't ever be confused that all those fancy parties that, Megyn Kelly's meeting her new co-host at NBC. Don't be deluded by all that glamour and glitz. That's just all, these people have to be miserable, They have to go along with this for some reason or another. And, I would have to be totally tanked to actually pretend like I'm having a good time here. But when the mother of bombs lights up the sky in an area that was very common, that Pakistani-Afghani border where the Pushtun tribe lives, and they abuse these people. They torture them. So these people are happy. These people are gone. They were the ones that lived in the caves, the terrorist groups that lived in the caves. They spend their whole time tormenting and torturing people, slavery, anything. Just grotesque. So, these people are happy. They're free of these scumbags. So, that's one thing that needed to be done. But see, because our senior leaders never had a chance to ever really make the moves they're making, now they're finally in a position to do it. Something that needed to be done a long time ago. So when Julie Banderas was interviewing on Fox News, the lieutenant colonel, he was saying that basically the diplomacy only works if you have your military in the backdrop, and that's really what's going on. So firing this ballistic missile is just an indication that this is going somewhere. Okay, it's just a matter now. Who are the big players? A matter of time now. It could happen it probably may have even happened already. We don't even know about it yet. So I see this as a really interesting couple, probably the next 24 hours, I think will probably be much to watch, and we're ahead of it. I mean, most of the reports that we reported yesterday or 24 hours ago are just now making headline news, because I'm getting secondhand information from the people right there making the decision. So it's nice to know that we're ahead of it. And in fact, if you notice the dribble and the drip that's coming out about 90 terrorists, CNN doesn't want to report it correctly, nor does NBC. Some of these media outlets, they don't want to report it, but it's over 300.
ISIS.
And it may be even more.
Whatever
Al-Qaeda terrorists.
right now.
They're not reporting it because that means we would be winning. And why would you want that? This is why the information is so fragmented, because there's so many different people reporting different things. But the truth is that why else would they not want to report that over 300 terrorists were knocked off? I mean, truthfully, because that would mean we would be winning, and we would finally win the war in Iraq if we could clean up what Obama left over there. So I don't know that we can fix it, but I think they're trying to do something to change the trajectory of what's been happening, and it should have been done a long time ago. Of course, it would have been, but Obama. I think the thing to watch is John McCain, because he's now looking at Iran. I don't know where this is going, but I mean, I would say that just pay attention the next 24 to 48 hours. I do believe something's going to probably already happen or about to happen in North Korea.